¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Welcome to Conversa. I'm Shelby, your English teacher, and today we're talking about one of the most important grammar topics in English and one I've been teaching in my intermediate classes recently. Conditional sentences, oraciones condicionales. Conditionals help us talk about possibilities, posibilidades, hypothetical situations, situaciones hipotéticas, and even past regrets. Now, la palabra regret es muy difícil para mí en español. Arrepentimientos pasados. Wow. Past regrets. But if you're a Spanish speaker, you might have noticed that English and Spanish conditionals, they don't always match up, especially with the subjunctive. But no worries, today I'll make it simple for you. Let's break it down. Vamos. What are conditionals? What does that mean? In English, conditionals are sentences with if that describe a possible situation and its results. So en inglés, las condicionales son oraciones con if, con sí, que describen una situación posible y su resultado. There are 4 types of conditionals: zero, first, second, and third conditional. Oof, I'm sorry. Let's go step by step. First, the zero conditional. The zero conditional is used for things that are always true, cosas que siempre son ciertas, ¿verdad? Como facts, hechos, laws of nature, leyes de la naturaleza, and general truths, verdades generales. So the formula is if, la palabra if, como si, if, plus the present simple, comma, a comma, and present simple again. For example, if you heat water, comma, it boils. ¿Sí? Calientas agua, hierve. ¿Sí? Present simple, calientas, y present simple, hierve. This is a fact, un hecho, a truth, un verdad, yeah? Something true. So this works exactly the same way in Spanish. Esto funciona exactamente igual en español. No subjunctive, sin subjuntivo, no confusion, sin confusión. Let's move on. Next, the first conditional. The first conditional talks about real possibilities in the future. Posibilidades reales en el futuro. Now, if one thing happens, another thing will happen. Como si pasa una cosa, pasará otra. ¿Sí? So the formula is if, again, la palabra if siempre, sí. If plus the present simple, comma, will plus verb. Y will plus verb. This is the future simple. So present simple and future simple together. Example. Por ejemplo, if it rains, si llueve, I will take an umbrella. Llevaré un paraguas. So if it rains, if plus the present simple, it rains, llueve. I will take, en el futuro, in the future, llevaré. I will take an umbrella. Again, this is easy for Spanish speakers because Spanish also uses future here too. De nuevo, esto es súper fácil para los hispanohablantes o fácil, no súper fácil, no sé, porque el español también usa el tiempo futuro aquí. Now, second conditional, things get a little bit trickier. Ahora las cosas se ponen un poco más difíciles. The second conditional talks about hypothetical or imaginary situations in the present or in the future. Situaciones hipotéticas o imaginarias, ¿sí? En el presente o en el futuro. So the formula is la fórmula. If past simple, pasado simple, would plus the verb. So if plus past simple, comma, would plus verb. This is a conditional, would. So here's an example. Por ejemplo, if I had more time, had es un verbo del pasado simple. If I had more time, si tuviera más tiempo, I would travel, would plus the verb, I would travel more. Viajaría más. If I had more time, I would travel more. Now, did you notice that in Spanish, they use the imperfect subjunctive, como tuviera? But in English, we just use past simple, verbos del pasado simple, como had. No subjunctive needed in English. No necesitas subjuntivo in Inglés. Our final conditional, the third conditional. The third conditional talks about things that could have happened, but they didn't. Cosas que podrían haber pasado, pero no pasaron. Okay? We use it to express regrets, expresar arrepentimientos, or imagine different past outcomes. Imaginar diferentes resultados pasados. Here's the formula. If plus past perfect, comma, would have plus past participle. Wait, this conditional is the most confusing. But here's the example. If I had studied is a past perfect, pasado perfecto. If I had studied, si hubiera estudiado. If I had studied, comma, I would have passed. Past is the past participle. I would have passed the exam. Habría aprobado el examen. If I had studied, I would have passed the exam. Now, in Spanish, this structure uses past perfect subjunctive. Oh my gosh, es muy difícil para mí el subjuntivo en español. Como hubiera estudiado. What? But in English, we just use past perfect. Had studied. Pasado perfecto. Again, no subjunctive in English. De nuevo, no hay subjuntivo en inglés. Right, that is it on conditionals. Way to go. Learning the 0, first, second, and third conditionals, their formulas, and a quick example with me. So just remember that the 0 and first conditionals, they're easy. They are just like Spanish. Present simple, or present simple, future simple, right? But the second and the third conditionals, they're a little more tricky because they are different. In Spanish, you use the subjunctive, but in English, we use the past simple or the past perfect instead. So now it's your turn. Write me a sentence using a conditional in the comments. And which one do you struggle with the most? Is it the third conditional? I'm sorry. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more English lessons. And of course, turn on notifications so you don't miss any super fun grammar videos like this one. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.